Students, today we are going to discuss a topic from paper CHO 5402, that is Advanced Synthetic Organic Chemistry, and topic is hydroboration, or more specifically organoborane reagents in organic synthesis. So friends, hydroboration is very important reaction in organic synthesis and one must study it for better understanding of organic chemistry. So let's see what is borane or what is meant by diborane. So borane, that is BH3 trihydro borane, is also known as borine or borane. It is found in the dimer form, that is B2S6 as shown below, and it is called as a diborane. This BH3 is strong Lewis acid and behaves electron deficient type compound or Lewis acid. Okay, so let's see how this borane is useful for our organic synthesis. So why we need hydroboration? As you know that if we have asymmetric alkene and we need to add a asymmetric electrophile into it, then according to Markovnikov's rule, the negative part of that asymmetric reagent will go to the carbon which is less substituted, and the hydrogen will go to the carbon which is more substituted. For example, you can see here, if we have HBr reagent, H and Br bond, that is Br is more electronegative than uh, hydrogen, so it behaves like a partial negative charge and hydrogen will carry a partial positive charge. So when HBr adds to the double bond, then it adds in a such a way that the hydrogen goes to the carbon which having more substituent. Okay, that's why the more stable carbocation will be formed over here and the hydrogen will attach over here, and the negative part will go to the carbon which is less substituted or having more number of hydrogen. But when we see the BH3, boron is less electronegative than hydrogen in case of BH3. So the H bears a partial negative charge, hence hydrogen act as a nucleophile. Okay, so it have a nucleophilic character. As you can see that electronegativity hydrogen is 2.2 and boron is only 2. So boron having positive charge, partial positive charge, and hydrogen have partial negative charge. So in this sense, the more electronegative atom will end up bonded to the more substituted carbon. Okay, that is over here, and the uh, positive part will end up with the carbon which is less substituted over here. So hydrogen will attach over here, and BH3 will attach over here due to the electronegativity. Okay, this is how we can understand the addition of BH3 to the double bond. So what is mechanism for addition of this BH3? So if we have alkene and BH3, then this is a syn addition. That means the boron and hydrogen adds on the same side. Okay, remember this is a syn addition reaction, just like H2 molecule. So this is forming this kind of transition state over here, and then H and boron bond will break and it will add up over here. Once we get this kind of alkyl borane, we can do the oxidative workup or reductive workup. So if we do oxidative workup, it is called as hydroboration oxidation, and if we do the reductive workup, then this reaction will be called hydroboration reduction. Okay, so this is hydroboration oxidation. In case of NaOH and H2O2, it will oxidize, or I will say hydrolyze this boron to OH. So the final addition or this reaction will look like addition of water molecule across this double bond. So if we want to add water according to anti-Markovnikov's rule in alkene, then hydroboration is very important reaction for us. So let's go for the reactions. So friends, as you know that one BH3 molecule can add up into 3 molecules of alkene. So first we have RBH2 that is monoalkyl derivative. This is again reactive, it will attach to another molecule of double bond, it will form dialkyl boron, and then dialkyl boron also have one hydrogen over here. This BH bond or BH will attach to the another double bond. Okay, so we get this trialkyl boron. But this reaction makes many kind of impurities, or sometimes it is very complicated to stop the reaction, or the regioselectivity or controlling this reaction is very difficult. So friends, to avoid this kind of multiple addition of BH3, there are so many different types of hydroborating reagents are developed by the scientist. So what are the commonly used hydroborating reagent for the hydroboration? So there are many types of borans used for the hydroboration, including some are the chiral borans. Some of the most commonly used alkyl borans are shown over here. So first is BH3THF, as we have discussed. Then this one is known as thiacryl boron. Okay, this is a thiacryl boron. Then next is very common and most popular is 9-boro-bicyclo 331 nonane, that is 9-BBN. Okay, its short form is 9-BBN. It looks like this. This is a 9-BBN, 9-boro-bicyclo 331 nonane. Okay, next is diacetyl boron. Okay, it is looks like this. It is a dialkyl boron. This is the dialkyl boron. This is monoalkyl boron. So it will add up twice, it will add up only once. And then catechol boron, and then diethyl boron. So these are the commonly used hydroborating reagent in organic synthesis, you must remember. So in next slides we will see one by one and the importance of that borans. Okay, now let's see the hydroborating reagent and its important in the regioselectivity. So friends, you can see, you can add this BH3 into triple bond. So if I have only BH3, then it will add up to this triple bond and forming this kind of adduct. Again this double bond is reactive, it will react with BH3 and again we get this kind of derivative. So friends, this is a very complicated reaction. To avoid this kind of multiple addition, we can use this bulky group or bulky boron hydroborating reagent, such as 9-BBN. So this is a structure of 9-BBN, it is abbreviated like this. So when on the alkyne we add 9-BBN, there is only one derivative is formed, and finally we can hydrolyze it to form enol, which will tautomerize to ketone. So this is how we are using the bulkiness as an advantage for the hydroborating reaction. Okay, so friends, let's see what 9-BBN looks like. This is very simple, but in last set examination they ask about the name of this compound. They have given this compound and asked the name. So name of this compound is 9-bora-bicyclo 331 nonane, that is 9B, B and N. Okay, so friends, you can see it's 9-BBN can be shown like this. It's you can see 1 2 3, it's bicyclic ring, so 3 3 and 1, and nonane means 9 carbon, so we have our 9 atoms, so we have 9-boro-bicyclo 331 nonane. So it is abbreviated most of the time like this, like parachute, or I will say like banana. The shape is like banana, so 9-BBN sometimes called as banana boron. Okay, so this is the banana boron, very useful for our reaction. As it is bulkiness, we have very nice regioselectivity over here. So 9-BBN is prepared by the reaction of 1,5-cyclooctadiene and boron, usually in the ethereal solvent. Okay, so friends, this is our starting material. When we treat it with the BH3, the BH3 will add up on this two double bonds. Like first it will add over here, and then again this BH2 will attack over here, and we get finally the BH over here. So this molecule we will use for the further monohydroboration. So friends, as we already discussed how it is helpful us for the regioselectivity, it will add up only one, and we will not get the multiple addition. So you can see here another example. If we use a simple alkene and treat it with the BH3THF and H2O2 NaOH, it will yield around 94% of desired alcohol and then side product. As you know that the primary and secondary carbocation have not much difference in the stability, so we will simultaneously get two kinds of product. But if we use 9-BBN, it will not allow another molecule to react it with the starting material or intermediate, and it will give us almost 100%. For the more convincing answer, they have written 99.9%, but I will say it will give us 100% of the desired alcohol. So this is how it is very useful for the preparation of alcohols. So it will give only primary alcohol. So friends, let's see the mechanism of hydroboration oxidation. So it's very simple. H2O2 will react with NaOH. First step is deprotonation of H2O2, and we get a better nucleophile, like this is peroxide ion. So this peroxide ion in second step will attack on the BH3, and then this will form a bond with boron and oxygen. Now it will give a negative charge on boron, still it is very electron deficient. So in the third step there is a rearrangement, that is a breaking of a BC bond and forming new carbon and oxygen bond, whereas the boron is attached over here. So friends, you can see that this kind of complex is broken by the attack of hydroxide ion on the boron. Okay, it will give us this alkoxide type of intermediate, which on acidification or protonation will lead us the final molecule or alcohol. Okay, this is a very simple mechanism for hydroboration reaction. You must remember that boron is electron deficient and it will be attacked by the OH or peroxide ion. Now friends, the next is a very interesting reaction, that is a use of hydroboration reaction in the formation of aldehyde. You can see that we already saw that on the alkyne it will boron or BH3 will add up like this. It's a syn addition. We get the BH2 over here and hydrogen over here, that is a hydrogen on the more substituted carbon and the boron on the less substituted. Okay, now when we do the oxidative workup, this boron BH2 will replace with the OH, as we saw the mechanism in my previous slide. So this molecule is formed is nothing but enol. Okay, this is a enol. So when this hydrogen will tautomerize like this, then hydrogen will shift over here and we get the carbonyl group over here, and it is nothing but it's a aldehyde. So this is how when we add BH3 or hydroboration oxidation reaction is carried out on alkyne to form the aldehydes. If we have substituted alkyne, then we will get ketone. So to form aldehydes and ketones, hydroboration reaction is also useful. Beside this, it is useful for the formation of alcohol or addition of water molecule across the double bond. So this is all about the hydroboration reaction. So if you guys have any doubt regarding this reaction or concept, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.